Can you describe what you think the majority Chinese person's, the non-wealthy, sentiment is of his own government? Wow.
I can see how people would have that opinion. I will, and this is a little dated, I will admit, but I will bring this up. When we stopped on one of the ships I was on in Hong Kong, this was when relations with the U.S. were warming up. We were allowed to go on tours into China. Now, admittedly, these were guided tours. So you got to take what the tour guide says with a grain of salt. But when we're going on this and they're taking us to this town and they show us, this is the new clinic that we've put up. And I'm looking at it going, this is not a clinic. This is basically an empty room with a clean floor and a cabinet that has some bandages in like Tylenol in it. That was the extent. But the way the person said this, and I'm not going to say I'm a great judge of character or anything, but my interpretation was this was legitimate, honest feelings by this person, was with the most profound pride you can imagine. Because this was somebody who was brought up under the old regime. And you didn't have a clinic in your town. If you were lucky, if you had party connections, they might put you on a train to the big city where some overtasked intern might get to see you. But here in this little town, for the first time ever, they had this clinic, and they had an actual trained nurse, not, the midwife, but somebody who'd actually been to a university and gotten registered nurse qualifications to staff it. And as I said, this was some time ago. We're talking over 20 years ago. Look at how far many parts of China have come since then. Yeah, it's a walking basket case of corruption, ineptitude, etc., etc. But when you look at the difference of what China is today from what it was when they finally kicked the nationalists over to Taiwan, and it's a night and day difference. They have made enormous progress. Yes, at great cost. Yes, at substantial loss of anything even resembling personal freedom. But the average Chinese person, I think, legitimately looks at this advance that occurred in basically less than 100 years, and they feel pride in that. Would they like changes? Would they like improvements? Would they like something that's less odious as a form of government? Sure. But nonetheless, they can see that what has come about from this form of government has been beneficial to them. That's my interpretation.